My phone. We're live. We're live.
Good morning. How you folk doing today?
Good morning, honey.
This is Thursday.
It is.
This must be your lucky day.
That's right. Thursday. Thursday.
I saw a thing, I'm astrological sign of Sagittarius. And you guys can probably guess that because of how awesome I am. Because most of the time, Sagittarius are awesome people. That's what everyone says, right?
That's what they are.
That's what everyone says,
Absolutely.
I mean, when you think of awesome people, you typically think of Sagittarius,
Capricorn,
right?
but okay.
Okay, but most of the time. But anyway, I saw a long time ago that Sagittarius's lucky day of the week is Thursday for the Sagittarius.
And so you adopted that.
Yes, I kept it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is now my lucky day of the week, Thursdays, because I read somewhere that today's my lucky day.
Why not? Good morning,
Good
sweetie.
morning.
We do have a topic for today.
Respecting your time. Respecting your time. We're going to get into it about that.
Time.
Respecting
and we're
it.
going to talk about it right after these messages.
Oh, no.
What do you think?
Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to you each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good
Once
morning.
again, thank you. Happy Thursday. Thank you for joining us. Like. Click those like buttons.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. How you doing, my sister? We're talking about, the show topic today is respecting your time. At about 9:20, we're going to replay Mark Greer's Thought About a Minute. We ran out of time yesterday, but yesterday, for example, a prominent business person invited Lisa and I out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
He had an idea that he wanted to bounce off of us. So he wanted to do it over a meal. So he invited us out to dinner at 7 p.m. last night. And as we were heading there, I get a call from him, and he says, my GPS is telling me I'm going to arrive at 7:07, so I'm going to be 7 minutes late. Now, I said, no problem. My GPS tells me I'll be there, in 6 minutes or something. So I was going to be there before them. Lisa and I were together. I was going to be there before him. But I couldn't get over how respectful and courteous that was for him to call us and tell us he's going to be 7 minutes late. Now, how many people were just not called and just showed up late and said, sorry, I'm late, traffic, whatever. Sorry, I'm late. Or not even bothered with an excuse, just showed up 7 minutes late. But to me, it was a courteous act.
Mm-hmm.
He respected us and our time. I mean, anybody can be late. Anything can happen. Life happens to everybody. It could have been stuff beyond his control as to why he was late. It could have been.
Yeah, it could have been. I'm still very conscientious about time. I myself never want to be late. I actually strive to be early for most things if I can. But I had to come to grips with my response to time because a very, 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 good morning, Shirley, a very, very good friend of mine seemed to have no relationship with time. And for a very long time, I took that personally.
Mm-hmm.
I took it so personally. I mean, to the point that I did everything that I could to try to help manipulate it so she would be on time.
She was always late.
Always late, and not just a little late, 30 minutes to an hour late.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was just her not caring about me or what I was doing or us or what we had planned or anything else enough to show up on time. But I really had to finally come to grips with the fact that it wasn't me. It wasn't personal. It was something that had to do with her.
Well, I would have a problem with that person myself.
Absolutely. I did for a long time. But I realized that the good of the relationship was more valuable than the timeliness.
Shirley says, good morning, fam. She says, I am usually 30 minutes early.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout my adult life, all the jobs I ever had, I always showed up to work at least a half an hour early. And that probably contributes why I never had a job where I wasn't in management of some capacity within 6 months.
Yeah, when I worked a job, I was always early.
Mm-hmm. But he called to tell us he was running late.
Absolutely.
Do you value your life?
Mm-hmm.
This is a quote from Brian Tracy. Do you value your life? Because if you do value your life, you will value your time.
Mm-hmm. We have a friend that has a very stringent, conscientious response to time, such that he measures time in 30-minute increments of his life. Every 30 minutes, or for every 30 minutes in his life, he must decide whether or not what it is that he is about to expend this 30 minutes on
is currently doing
is worth spending this time.
So every 30 minutes he'll get a notice, a sound. Evaluate what you're doing. Is this worth your 30 minutes? Is this worth your 30 minutes?
Could you be that disciplined?
Yeah. I once had a men's meeting, and our men's meeting now lasts about an hour and 15 minutes. But it used to last 2 hours. Okay, we used to meet for 2 hours.
Really?
When we was in person, we used to meet for 2 hours from 7 to 9. At the Empowerment Center, it was 7 to 9. And he told
me.
the
meeting was from 7 to 8, and then from 8 to 9 was the fellowship.
Well, my meeting was 2 hours. Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Let me make my point, baby. Let me tell you why I know it was 2 hours. Because I told him we was going to meet between 7 and 9, and I wanted him to come to the meeting. And he had to evaluate, is Brian's meeting worth 4 of my 30-minute segments? Mm-hmm. And he decided that day, okay, this is worth 4 of my 30 minutes. I know the guy. I'm willing to give him up 4 of my 30 minutes. And that's what he said, and he chose to come. And he was great in the meeting, too. Mm-hmm. He gave me 4 of his 30 minutes. Think about that. That movie that we love so much and we quote on this show all the time, Out of Time. Out of Time, where time units are the equivalent of money. You pay for things with time.
Wasn't Justin Timberlake in that movie?
I think that was Justin Timberlake, yes.
He was really an awesome performer.
Mm-hmm.
Actor, performer,
dancer, singer, and he's comedian. Funny. And he's funny. Give it up. That's something that Black folks have to finally just admit. Mm-hmm. Justin Timberlake is awesome.
He is. I love him. And he's a great dad, too.
I don't know that side of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he still makes me laugh. But do you value your life? If you value your life, you will value your time. What are you willing to put your time in? Respecting your time is today's topic.
That's right. Respecting your time. Time is so important that there was a whole thing about time with Maxine Waters reclaiming your time. You can't have a few of my seconds. That is not.
I'm reclaiming my time. That means when she asks a question,
don't come in and bring no foolishness to my question.
She wants you to answer it and shut up. Now, when you tried that, this is a tactic. Mm-hmm. They tried to give long answers to limit her ability to ask. I mean, how many questions she can actually ask.
In that time, because she has a certain set of time where she can ask a certain number of questions. So if they waste her time, then she will run out of time.
And she recognized the topic and interrupted that flow.
Said,
reclaiming my time.
Because that was foolishness.
Reclaiming my time. And they gave her back all the time that they tried to waste. The tactic grossly backfired.
And became an annual proclamation for the whole year. Hey, Ernest,
he says,
Justin Timberlake was a great movie.
Yes.
And the underlying of time being a commodity was amazing, especially when you were allowed to give up time to someone else. Who would do that?
Exactly. There was a scene with his mother.
Oh my God, I remember that scene. That's the best scene.
Well, you think about when she passed. I'm thinking about when she decided to treat him
to lunch. Yeah, with some time.
Yeah, take a little bit of extra time in lunch. She gave him an extra half an hour for lunch out of her time thing. Like she gave him extra money for lunch. Mm-hmm. But the best thing you were talking about, go ahead.
When she was running, when she was on the bus and he was running for the bus and she was short of time and nobody on the bus would loan her the time that she promised to give them back. And he ran as fast as he could to catch the bus. and to catch her, to give her enough time to survive, and he didn't make it in time.
And she
Expired.
She died. And the criminals, they didn't steal money, they stole time. That's what they stole from people. They would steal it from them while they were sleeping, break in their house, take their time, all kinds of stuff. It's a great thought. Brother Ernest says
that part, the half-hour part. And yes, no one would give her time, to give her more time. Jesus leads to that part. I'm telling you, that was the part that tore me up. Because do we waste time? Do we even respect time? How much time do we spend just scrolling? How much time do we spend in things that have no benefit or value to what we are doing, building, growing, or having?
Lisa watched that movie and had a great experience about it, and she recommended I watch it. And she recommended it for a long time. I put it off. I didn't watch it until finally I was able to get to the place where I was willing to watch it, because I didn't know if I would like it or not, and I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to.
Brian researches before he does anything. He does not waste his time. Or you could look at another way, because sometimes I like finding things that other people may not have recommended. And so sometimes that means that I don't research. I take chances with time. Like with critical thinking, I did not research it at all. I saw the ad, not the ad, I saw the preview for it. Didn't even watch the preview. It just came up. I saw John Leguizamo. I love him as a funny person, and I love him as a thinking person. And so when I watched Critical Thinking
is a movie. It's a chess movie.
It's a chess movie, which I didn't think. Let me tell you, going into the movie, I thought, I'm watching this for Brian. I felt like I was going to be dedicating my time to watch something, or give my time to watch something that I could then recommend for my husband, but had no expectation of enjoying it. None at all. But I was sacrificing my time, and ended up watching a phenomenal movie that was really impactful, and it was a really great movie to watch. Critical Thinking with John Leguizamo.
It's a chess movie. You've seen the movie before, but different things. But it's a chess movie. The last 3 weeks, I've been just crazy playing online chess. Okay. I don't want to do that now. I've been playing a lot of online chess. Whenever I feel like I got like a free 25 minutes, I've been playing online chess, challenging people. And it's been great for me. I'm really, really enjoying it. But it is taking some time. It's eating some time. I'm going to have to watch Critical Thinking.
You'll enjoy it.
I think Dr. Deborah would like it a lot.
Yeah, it really is an enjoyable movie. It's an old movie. It's not a new movie, but it was an enjoyable movie. Ernest says, since my father-in-law passed, I've been telling everyone, live your life. You do not want to look back and know you have wasted time working 24/7.
Wow.
Doing everything you think people want. People want, and you never traveled, experienced downtime, or done something that would be long-lasting in the memory of peace. Would be a long-lasting memory of peace. Time is short. How will you spend it?
Brother Ernest, you're right. I've done studies on this, and every now and then I'll look at it again. The things people regret when they're passing away. They never regret how much time they spent in the office. They will always wish they had spent less. They regret not spending time with family. They regret not traveling. That's what they regret. They regret not apologizing. Those are things that people regret. And he also says, and yes, Brian, to the online chess, I'm into the 3 and 5 minute blitz for chess. Wow. But it gives great critical thinking on the fly. That's why I played chess, because my father-in-law was the only person I could not beat in chess. Oh, really? That's why I love him. So keep the chess game up, sir. See, when you say to me, he might be telling the truth, dude. You say, that's the guy, that's the only guy I couldn't beat in chess. My natural thought was competitive. My natural thought was, oh, really? Okay, that ain't gonna be the only one that you can beat, that you can't beat in chess. Because here I come to save the day. What's your ranking in chess.com? Because my ranking is low. I'm new to it. I'm new to the rankings and all that stuff.
He says LMAO, you would. Yeah, he would.
Yeah, that's how I roll. I start off with the 10 minutes games, but I find the more enjoyment. I switch back and forth between 10-minute games and 15-minute games.
His ranking is 807.
And mine is at 410, but I'm new. Okay, my ranking is 410, but I'm new. And it took me some time to get to 410. I would get over 400 and back down, get over and back down, get over and back down. But right around 410 is where I'm staying.
No, I don't have a score yet. I'm just learning the parts and the moves so far.
Like if I tried to play Ernest in online chess,
they won't even let you.
It'll let you, but it'll suggest that I don't play him. They'll say, look, you don't have a good shot against this guy. Because another one of my friends tried to play me, and it says you have a negative 971% chance of beating this gentleman. Maybe you should play somebody your own range. It will suggest not to. I think that's pretty cool. The game's gonna say, nah, man, you reaching too much. Okay, anyway. So which is fine. The game knows what it's talking about. So in the 4 minutes, we're gonna replay yesterday's Mark Greer's Wisdom Wednesday, because it was good and we want to give it more time to talk about it.
Because time deserves respect. Matter of fact, tonight we have about a 1 hour block of time where you will have the opportunity to learn the selling mindset.
Oh my gosh. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm conducting a workshop I am so excited for. This workshop is the kind of thing I talk about a lot in different workshops, but never, well, I have a couple times, but specifically the way to think, the way you look at your business, how to think your way into more sales and how not to think your way into more sales. So many entrepreneurs are their own worst enemy. They're impeding their own progress when it comes to selling themselves and their service because of the way they think of selling. Oh my God, I'm not a salesperson. Those kind of defenses, okay, make it really, really difficult for you to engage in the act that makes you money, selling.
And so you can register for tonight's workshop at theempowermentduo.com.
You have a flyer?
It's the first link in the tree. And we certainly hope that you take advantage of the workshop.
Yeah.
And let me see, I do have the flyer.
But at least gonna find the flyer. But it's like it's a free workshop too. All you gotta do is register. Ernest says my father-in-law was ranked 1245, and it suggested the same for him. Maybe you don't want to play this guy. I think that's funny. Okay, when it says that to you. Shirley says, I always enjoy life, even in the Army. I travel and try to see so much, especially when I was overseas. Amen. Amen. That's right, Sister Shirley. I know what you meant, Shirley. I got you, my sister, because we here.
And so once again, tonight's workshop is the selling mindset. It's tonight at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. You simply go to theempowermentduo.com to register. Yep,
that's a link tree, and the first link is a place where you can register. It's free, but you got to register to attend. So that was that's going to be tonight. I'm looking forward to it. You should be there. As a matter of fact, a loving act would be for you to share that information with a friend of yours who you believe would be benefited. Like if you know of a friend that's Sister Shirley's going to be in the house. If you know of a friend that's an entrepreneur, or they make money based on how well they sell their stuff, they should be there tonight at 7. And if you know about it and won't tell them about it, are you being selfish?
So we certainly hope to see you there, respecting your time. It will be brief enough to free up your evening, but long enough to provide you with essential insights and tools for your mindset, for your selling mindset.
This is a maturing too, because today is day 1 of the NCAA tournament. Tonight at 7 o'clock, games are going to be good. But
Thank you, Shirley.
What's more important? That's why I'm going to miss the games, because sharing His word is more important.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and share.
We're going to cook chicken wings.
Yes, chicken legs. We're going to go ahead and reshare Brother Mark Greer's wisdom from yesterday. The wisdom from yesterday. And we're going to watch it right now.
Dr. Benjamin Mays said, I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. It's just a tiny little minute, but an eternity is in it. Good morning to you, Empowerment Duo fam. My name is Mark Greer. Welcome to this edition of Wisdom Wednesday. I want to talk to you today about a very small subject that yields a tremendous amount of power. And that small subject is a minute. You see, we often look at a minute in the element of time as if it is not so significant. But in 1 minute, decisions are made that affect your day, that ultimately affect your week, that affect your month, that affect the years of your life. And it all started with 1 minute. You see, we often go about life living and thinking that I'm constantly going to make things better. I'm going to chase my dreams. I'm going to make them reality. I'm going to do better in my life. But we keep doing the same old thing, but won't make a better decision. In the power of 1 minute, you can begin to make better decisions that would ultimately lead to a better life for you. If I ask you one simple question, if you look at your life at this very moment, do you like what you see? If you do, outstanding. If you don't, what is it about that particular picture that disturbs you, that makes you uneasy, that does not satisfy you? And if you have identified whatever it is that's causing you these issues, do you understand and do you know that by making a different decision in this minute, in that 1 minute, you can change the direction of your path? You can change the way you're traveling this journey to ultimately reach the destination that you have chosen for yourself. In the power of that 1 minute, where you're able to make a better decision, you're able to take distinct action to make that thing a reality. In 1 minute, you have the ability to lift yourself up from the lowest of lows and ascend to the highest of highs in that 1 minute. If you don't believe the importance and the power in that 1 minute, ask someone who just lost a loved one and they showed up 1 minute late and never got to say goodbye or I love you before that person passed on. If you don't think 1 minute is important, ask that person who barely missed an accident because they ran 1 minute late and the accident happened in front of them. If you don't think there's power in 1 minute, look at that person who means the most to you in your life and imagine in this next minute, they were no longer here. You see, there is power in 1 minute because our destinies begin there. It is simple. Life itself is simple. However, the decisions that we make minute by minute are sometimes what complicates our lives. So to make life easier, we need to make better decisions in every minute. Because if we do, we plant the seeds for what is to come, that blessing, that beauty, that magic, that miracle. In the power of a minute, your life can change. None of us were put here on this earth to be mediocre. We were put here to be the best version of ourselves that heaven intended us to be. Not for a moment, not for a minute, but for a lifetime. But the decision to actually do and be that is made in a minute. Dr. Benjamin Mays was exactly correct. You have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon you. You can't refuse it. You didn't seek it. You didn't choose it. But it is up to you to use it. You must suffer if you lose it, give account if you abuse it. It's just a tiny little minute. But your destiny is wrapped up in it. Empowerment Duo family, take some time this day to think about where you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to claim, and make a decision this minute to do the things necessary to get yourself there. That's all I have for you, everybody. As always, stay blessed, be a blessing, and we'll talk to you again soon. Peace.
Wow.
Brother Mark Greer put it. Are we on mute?
No, I took the
Okay. He put it down again. I love the Benjamin Mays thing, and Mark Greer really does a great, masterful job of illustrating the power of a minute. Shirley said, I needed this video.
Ernest said, Brother Mark Greer, thank you, sir.
Where's your girl?
Ernest
Crystal
said,
Blake.
Yes, welcome. Good morning,
She says,
Crystal.
awesome morning, everyone.
And Ernest says, wow, a minute can impact a lifetime, the power of 60 seconds. Absolutely. Dr. Deborah says, great word, Brother Mark. A minute can make a big difference. And thank you for sharing. Shirley said I had to share this one.
And Crystal Blake says, awesome job. And that was good. Yes, it was good. The story is told. Well, I once gave a talk one time, and they said, you only have a minute to speak. They wanted me to come and say 1 minute in front of a room. And I did the Benjamin Mays quote, and then I told who I was, and I gave a contact number. I've only got a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it. Suffer if I lose it, give an account if I abuse it. It's only a minute, but there's an eternity in it. My name is Brian K. McNeill. I'm the sales confidence coach. And if you text me to this number, 919-345-4893, that's 919-345-4893, I will schedule you your free consultation on how to sell yourself and your services. Done. Okay. My phone start popping off. Bing, 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 bing. And see, you don't have anything? See, you mentioned my phone. But anyway, I was going to tell the story because Brother Ernest highlighted the power of the minute. Brother Mark highlighted the power of a minute. There was a story told about this man that was set to be executed by firing squad. And they had lined up to execute him. And they put him in position against the firing wall. And he's standing there. And the announcement comes, the execution will begin in 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes. The execution will begin in 5 minutes. So he's standing there. And behind the firing line and off in the distance, he can see this golden domed church. And he was struck with this realization. I could stare at that dome for 3 whole minutes and still have 2 minutes left to think about or look at something else. And he was marveling. I got 3 whole minutes to stare at this dome. Now he's about to be executed. Okay. He realized that he got 5 minutes left. There was no doubt in his mind he was going to be executed. But I got 3 minutes to stare at this dome and 2 more minutes to think about something else. And when the 3 minutes is up, a guy came up on a horse. The execution has been stayed. And he told that story about what he realized, what happens in 5 minutes, what happens in a minute's time. You know, his whole life flashed before him.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
Grand Rising, Monique, thank you for joining us this morning. Once again, it is Thursday, and our topic for today is respecting your time. We have been marveling over all things time related. How much reclaiming your time can have an impact on the outcome of a conversation? How much delegating or donating time had the impact on a mother's life in the movie Out of Time?
We talked about how someone respects your time enough to call you if they're running behind schedule.
Mm-hmm.
That's a respecting of time. And do you respect your life? Because if you respect your life, you will value your time. Brother Mark Greer submits.
I know you don't want me to do it.
He says, good morning, my people. If there is breath in your body, hope in your spirit, and love in your heart, you are ready to create your miracle. Create one and be one. I read that in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer.
Absolutely.
I like it so much when he says, if there's breath in your body, hope in your spirit. What does hope in your spirit mean? To me, hope in your spirit is when you realize that there is a way that it can happen. There is a way that this debt could be met, this goal could be reached, there connect with that person. There is a way. You still have hope. It is still possible. And you have hope in your spirit and love in your heart. Now, the love in your heart is the warmth and the coloring of the hope in your spirit to me. And you are ready to create your miracle. Create one and be one.
Absolutely.
Can you do that? Can you create a miracle? Is that possible to create a miracle? You think so?
Absolutely.
How can you create a miracle?
You can manifest it.
You can manifest a miracle. And here's another way to create a miracle. Move towards it. Take actions towards the thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Once again, we ask you to hit the like button, like, comment, and subscribe. If you are watching us from YouTube, make sure that you click the notification bell so that you will be notified every time that we broadcast. We are here 9 a.m. Monday through Friday and have been for the last almost 7 years.
Now, this tie is considered a power tie. I've had this tie for about 20, 25 years. Now, on the bottom of the tie is some rhinos. And a lot of you guys know rhinos are my thing. And I was at this church, Baptist Grove Church in Raleigh, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. I was in the male chorus, and there was a brother there, and he showed up to church wearing this tie. And I admired the tie. I said, oh, what a beautiful tie. Like, man, I love that tie. And rhinos are my thing. He says, you like the tie? I says, yeah, man, I love that tie. And he took it off his neck and gave it to me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I says, no, man, I can't take your tie like that. Nope, it's not my tie anymore. It's your tie now.
That's so sweet.
So he gave it to me because I admired his tie. So the next time I saw him, I admired his shoes, his watch, his belt.
Greg, good morning. Craig says, good morning, everyone. Have a blessed day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. Lisa, can I get a card? Actually, today I'm going to read a quote. And the quote is timely because it's actually appropriate for today's topic, respecting your time. This quote is from George Eliot. And it's never too late to be what you might have been.
One more time, because there might be somebody who missed that.
It's never too late.
It's never too late
to be what you might have been.
Wow. It's never too late to be what you might have been.
Absolutely.
I'm talking to you.
Absolutely.
It's not too late for you to be what you might have been.
Absolutely.
It's not too late for you to become what you've always wanted to become. It's not too late.
Absolutely. What you dreamt about.
Yes.
Or what you hoped for. Miss Phyllis said, I've done that 2 times with a pair of earrings years ago. Actually, that's why I started buying paparazzi, because their earrings are so very nice and their necklaces are so very nice and unique, but their cost is very low. So when people would admire them, I would just give them to them.
I've learned to have stuff available to give, particularly with my cigars, because I buy the cigars that I want to smoke, that I like and that I want to smoke. I enjoy them so much. But I had to learn. I had a couple of instances where people pop over or something and say, hey, man, let me get one of them sticks. I'm like, okay, do you smoke cigars? Yeah, from time to time. They don't. So then they're wasting one of my sticks. So I've learned to keep me at all times. I have some cheapos, sticks that I'm willing to give away. That's still cigars, but they're not ones that I choose to smoke. Just a hint if you ever come by the cribbo.
Dr. Deborah says, I found that I respect my time more now that I'm mature.
Yeah. Yeah. We had dinner with someone, and the gentleman told us, he says, I'm 67 now. And he said, it got here so fast. He said his age 67 got to him so fast. Really? Yeah, that's the realization he had. Wow. I was doing this, working this, doing my business. And next thing you know, I'm 67.
Phyllis says, I've done that with my papa as well, talking about paparazzi. Absolutely.
Giving it away.
Absolutely.
Do you value your life? For if you do, you will value your time.
Absolutely. Dr. Beverly, good morning. Good morning, my sister.
She says, good morning, my great, awesome, beautiful family. I know you are doing fantastic because you two look fabulous.
Well, thank you.
No one here at this job respects my time. I have a job to do, and they think I'm their life counselor. I put a cup on my desk, and it reads, pay before you talk. Even the district manager over me. It is so funny. Now, I want to say this about, they all think of you as your counselor. Okay. I've had that issue before, and it took another sister at the church to kind of heal me. She goes, there's a blessing in that somewhere that everyone sees you as the counselor. She goes, there is a blessing about it. And this is what she said to me, because I was complaining that everybody thinks I'm their store's assistant manager, and everybody stops me for directions. Everybody always asking me stuff. I don't know the stuff either, but they look at me and they think I know. Even if there's a crowd of people around, they look around other people and ask me where something is or how to get someplace. And I was whining about it. And she goes, Brian, stop it. Stop it. There's a blessing in that. Stop complaining. Pray about it and ask God what's the blessing in that. There's a reason why they're drawn to you, Dr. Beverly. Maybe it's your charisma. Maybe it's your spirit. Maybe it's their respect of you. And you're right. They're not respecting that you have other stuff to do. They're thinking about what they want and what they need when they step to you. I need this word. I need to talk to her. Then I think about your job. They think about what they need to get from you. So I understand the cup thing and all that stuff. That makes sense to me. And it is funny. And she says they actually put money in the cup. Now, if they willing to put some money in the cup, don't give us $1. Okay, they really, really want it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
So respecting your time. Are you respecting your time, and are you protecting your time?
Ooh.
Are you allowing others?
Are you respecting your time?
To
Your own
misuse
time.
your time?
Eric Thomas, the speaker, Eric Thomas, ET, he used to talk about before he figured out his life, he would waste his time. He'd watch Sports Center 3 and 4 times in a row. It's the same show. It's the same show. They're running from like 9 a.m. to noon. They'll run the same show every 30 minutes or an hour or whatever it is. He said he'd watch it for 3 hours. And when he stopped watching Sports Center for 3 hours, he started to get up earlier and valuing his time more.
Dennis, what was his last name? The Think and Grow Rich for Black.
Oh, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough.
Dennis Kimbrough. He actually once told you didn't have time to watch football.
Ooh, yes, he did. He's like, if you're not, now this is what Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, Think and Grow Rich and Black Choice, said to me and Lisa at a luncheon. He goes, if you're not making the money, if you're not living the life that you want, you don't have time to watch TV, is what he said. You don't have time to watch TV. If you're not making the money you want to make or living the life you want, you don't have the time. You're wasting time if you're watching TV when you could be putting it more productively. Brother Ron.
Good morning.
He says, respecting my time. Good morning. Good morning to you, brother, man. How you doing?
And Dr. Beverly says, they know from 9 to 10, either come in and listen or don't bother me. They will say, oh, she's listening to her show.
That is so cool, Dr. Deborah. So that means they know you're gonna be here with us.
We appreciate that.
They will come. They know from 9 to 10 either come in and listen or don't bother you. Wow, that's amazing. I'm honored by that. Actually, thank you. Thank you for sharing us like that. Does anyone ever come in and listen, Dr. Beverly? I wonder if they do. Okay. Actually, she's told us sometime before they've heard her song, her logo, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to tell them, typically around 9:40 is when we're going to start the greeting songs and greeting logos. It's 9:39 now.
Absolutely.
Do you value life? Listen to what Brother Mark said. Are you going to do anything different?
Are you going to do anything different? Are you staying in the same place? All just treading water. And you know, there's, even as I was saying the word just treading water, there is a value to treading water.
Amen.
There's a time and a place for all things and a season for everything under the sun. So before you knock what someone may be doing or where someone may be at, you don't understand, you don't know that you may not know the whole picture or the big picture. Why aren't they doing this full time? Why aren't they doing this faster? Why don't they start a business? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? Well, you may not know that they are actually doing the best they can right now.
That's a preached word right there, for real. There's value in treading water, and you have to learn how to tread water right, too.
And when?
When I was in the military, the military uniform is an amazing bit of science. It's damn near fireproof. You almost can't set their clothes on fire, but it's also damn near waterproof, too. And you had to learn how to tread water. Like if you're in an accident, dropped out of a plane, how can you use your clothes to stay afloat? And you had to do training on that in a big pool. And you go there with your full gear on, boots and everything, regular clothes, full boots on. And we all had to jump in there. And they trained us how to do it. Keep it buttoned up. Bunch it up here at the top. Take a deep breath. Blow it in the neck hole. And then close it up again. And what happens is the water fills in underneath your jacket. And you could just float there with your clothes. But you had to be trained on how to use your clothes to float you in the ocean, in the water. You had to go through, and it was a pass or fail test too, by the way.
Well, because you can only pass or fail. And that's not treading water. That's actually floating.
Yes, but you had to learn how to do it. So my parallel was you have to learn how to tread water, learn how to maintain what you got until. That's what I was trying to say. Sister Crystal Blake says, came back just in time. That is the whole word, Coach Lisa. Yeah, it was a whole word. So we're about to do our greeting songs and greeting logos. First in the room was Miss Phyllis today. She has a logo. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is
So
here.
clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Shirley DeJohnette, Wyatt will rock you. Rock you. Shirley DeJohnette, Wyatt will rock you. Rock you. I'm super excited that Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt has already registered for tonight's webinar, The Selling Mindset That Helps You to Sell Your Services. The mindset that helps you to sell your services.
Just go to empowermentduo.com and register, the first link in the tree.
Whoop, whoop. And it's going to be good. Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a song.
Dr. Deborah, healing trauma and deliverance coach.
Mm-hmm. Ernest James Usher's in the room again. Ernest James Usher. There's some more lyrics that go with that, but I love it. But it's Ernest James Usher.
And you got to come regular and consistently for us to be able to sing and remember your song.
Yes.
So we know that Ernest has been traveling back and forth, and we look forward to seeing him more consistently here hanging out with us. And we're grateful that you're a part of the Empowerment family.
Crystal Blake. Crystal Blake is in the air.
Crystal Blake is everywhere.
Helping families ensure their needs.
Crystal Blake will do with
ease. Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Good morning, Sister Crystal Blake.
Hey, Mom. Monique, Confessions of a Lady Diva. Moni in the middle. Where's she at? In the middle.
Mr. Mark Greer. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. Y'all ever think how many times have we sang the Mark Greer Jam? How many times have we sang the Dr. Deborah Dunson Jam?
A lot of much.
I like it. Craig Sapp, 1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your knees.
And you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze, good morning, Craig Sapp. How you doing?
Thank you for joining us today.
Dr. Beverly has a logo, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Good morning. Hey, J. Ronald, thank you for joining us. Oh, Judy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind.
Hey, Judy.
Hey, Judy, we're glad that you made it. Good day, family. And we can see your name today. I don't know what it is. It's random. Sometimes we can see you. Sometimes we can't.
Crystal Blake said, I love the earnest and the first songs. All right. I like that you like them, Crystal Blake, as well. Value your time because your life is in there.
Absolutely.
Value your time. Brian, wait a minute, she says, Brian, it is called
drown proofing.
What's drown? Oh, yes, drown proofing training. Yeah, she's in the military too. She's right. It was drown proofing training that we took the class on. Drown proofing. That's right, Sister Shirley. That's right. Thank you. She goes, I love everyone's greeting songs. Crystal Blake loves everybody's greeting songs. That's nice.
Singing them. We love when we can remember them. Definitely love that part.
We had Love Ford was in here last week. She says, how do you guys remember all of these songs? It ain't easy.
We don't always remember them. Sometimes we need a helping hand or a listening ear or a tip or a clue.
I know I sure do. Lisa and I was talking about, she asked me or brought it up about why didn't I do such and such at my last live event? And the real reason why I didn't do it is because I simply forgot.
And I actually was endeavoring to be supportive and not like interjecting, so I didn't remind you.
Right, but I forgot it. Simply, I would have did it if I remembered to do it, but I was caught up in everything else I was doing. I forgot to end it in the pledge the way I like to end my workshops. And she says, why didn't you do the challenge where they can get a free stuff? I forgot to do that too. So tonight,
I think we should invite them to do a mini workshop where they can gain the opportunity to win the challenge.
Okay, let's think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just invite the people that was there.
Mm-hmm. Just the flames.
Like a 30-minute thing.
Yeah, just the flames.
Okay.
Just tell them that there was something that you wanted to teach them that you wanted to, and I believe that it would be beneficial.
Okay.
I think that'll be a good idea.
All right. Sister Shirley says the greeting songs makes you feel joy.
Joy.
That's
joy,
nice.
Joy,
That's nice.
Joy down in my heart.
I promise you, I don't sing any of those songs because I'm a great singer. But I want you to feel what Sister Shirley's talking about. I want you to feel appreciated. You showing up here.
Because we do appreciate you.
Yes, and it is fun to do, to celebrate someone. I always go back to that Robert Townsend when he first started becoming famous. He was talking about how people greet him now that he's famous versus how people greet him before he became famous.
Mm-hmm.
He says now that he's famous, people greet him like, Robert Townsend, hey, my man, how you doing, Robert? They greet him like that with enthusiasm.
Dr. Beverly, I don't think it came through. Can you repost it? She said, did you hear my last statement? Phone tripping.
Okay.
Again, but I didn't see it.
We don't see it, Dr. Deborah, so we want to see it, though. And he says we should greet, Dr. Beverly, he said we should greet everybody like that. With enthusiasm, with joy, and with love.
Absolutely.
We missed something Dr. Beverly said?
Yeah, she's not on your feed. So.
Okay. Man, I was thinking about being really creative in the kitchen this morning for breakfast.
Oh, bless your heart.
I was gonna make. You want to know what my thoughts was?
I don't know if I don't know.
I was gonna take like English muffin and like ham and cheese They're like Thomas, with the nooks and crannies.
I know what you're talking
With
about.
butter, but ham and cheese and something else with it. That's what I was thinking about making. And I was going to cook them together, like in the air fryer.
Okay.
It's only going to take me a minute. Only 60 seconds in it. That's all I need to gather my ingredients.
Dr. Beverly, you said this one and I don't see anything else.
This is this. Okay, did you get my last statement? Phone tripping again. And then she says this one. And that's the only thing that we have. Oh, here it is. Okay. She goes, yes, they love the tips, the shenanigans, and they especially love the songs, the ones that have listened. Before they come in my office area and they say, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Beautiful. That's right. Have them say that. Dr. Beverly is on the show.
We appreciate it, and we're glad that you enjoy the show, that you come back, because this is 2 30-minute periods. You actually hang out with us for an hour, and we want to respect your time. We want to let you know that we appreciate you being here and that we do value your time. We hope that you learn something, that you get inspired, and that you are motivated to continue on your day.
Y'all got me famous around here, these parts. I know why you're on the show now.
Okay.
Because you don't eat before the show.
You don't
That's
make
why.
up anything.
No, because I just yawned, and today I didn't eat. And I almost always eat before the show.
You had a bar.
That's not the same thing as eating. That's not breakfast.
Blessings and glory.
And honor.
Shirley, Dejanette Wyatt, we love you being here. Thank
Yes,
you.
Shirley,
She says,
you
I
have-
love being here.
Shirley, since you have come in the room, you have added.
Absolutely.
From the first time you've been here, you have added to this room. It's better because of you, Shirley.
Absolutely.
Yes, it
Dr.
is.
Deborah says this show starts my day. Amen.
Amen.
Dr. Beverly
Starts
says
our
y'all
day
got
too.
me famous around here, around these parts. We appreciate it. You all the way on the other side of the world with Ernest. We're so grateful that you are here spending time with us. And we look forward to seeing you on tomorrow when it is Friday. Shout it out Friday. We want to hear all about you, your business, a business you may have patronized, what you're celebrating for yourself and your family, and however we may support you.
Tomorrow I will talk about whatever happens tonight, and I know it's going to be a blessed time. I know it's going to be blessed.
So make sure that you register, theempowermentduo.com, and we look forward to seeing you tonight at 7 o'clock for the Selling Mindset.
Whoop, whoop.
And don't forget to have sex.
Whoop, whoop.